Welcome, everybody, to the Dead Unicorn, our live stream of Cyber Samurai Saturday. We're playing Legend of the Five Rings Winter's Embrace. We do this as a live stream every Saturday, so hit the bell and it'll give you a notification when we're going live. So I appreciate everybody who comes and views this live, but you don't have to. We also do a recording and we put this up a little later so everybody can join the fun. My name is Corey. I'm the Game Master. Let me introduce my players here. We have Josh playing Shiba Inoue. We have Tarek playing Komikage. We have Crystal playing Hida Nozomi. And we have Matt playing Togashi Tatsuo.
Ack. That's what I kind of thought you were going to say Matt playing for keeps.
I'm actually surprised. Matt is going to run a Legend of the Five Rings game for him and his friends later on, and I'm very proud of him for doing that and very excited. I think game mastering is awesome and more people should do it. And game mastering is not as hard as everybody thinks and is super fun. If you're a really creative person and you want that creativity to show through, be a game master. Like,
yeah, true.
Being a player, sure, you get to like hone in and develop one character very well, but as a game master, like,
you get to develop a world.
Anything can happen. You're you're not limited at all. It's so goddamn good. I'd like to thank these dudes over here. They are our patron squires. They rock. They help out this channel through, and you can too if you are so inclined. But what is great about my Patreon is that you can go there, patreon.com/deadunicorn, and pick up one of these awesome L5R supplements that you can only get there. They're fan supplements made by me. They're absolutely free. You don't have to donate a single dollar to get these. So I hope you go and check those out. So let's get people up and running to where this game is. People coming in right now, they need to know what's going on or why things are important. I'll start us off, and then I'll pick the next person who goes, and then you'll tell things from your perspective. Remember, this doesn't have to be in order. You can tell things out of order, just what's important to your character, okay? That's all you need to do is like, oh, my character's up to this, and my character's up to that. I want it kind of be a little personal to who you are and what you're doing. Does that make sense? So let's begin. Our players are at Kyuden Doji, the esteemed palaces of the Crane, for Winter Court. During this Winter Court, the first thing they did was, by the way, Winter Court is where the Emperor winters, and everybody who's anybody wants to be where the Emperor is. So it's very important. Political things happen, duels, all that kind of stuff, intrigue. First thing that happened is they got invited to tea by Kakita Ryoku, who told them that the Mantis are here. They have their own embassy, their own guest house, and she wants them to know, hey, why? Why is this going on? And if you figure this out for me and help the Crane Clan out, you get a favor from the Crane Clan. Josh, what happened?
Well, through a series of events of... Are we talking about the most recent, correct?
We're talking about whatever's important to your character, man.
Okay. Well, what happened, particularly for my character, is from the beginning on to the most recent was his responsibilities to the Phoenix clan required him to gain some money in order to do some restorations of busted temples, as well as recover a rare scroll of wind the Fortune of Wind from the Crane clan to see if he can make a copy, which I believe he was successful in that. He tried to get money via the Tortoise clan, but because they do with some shady dealings, they thought it was not best that they work with him on that. But he hasn't piqued their interest in his approach. He ended up falling for Miss Doji Hatsuhina and charmed her as best as he could, up to the point to where she was able to connect him with a Asa. What is it? With a, let's see what I find out. Notes, people. It's important, but it can drive you crazy.
Is it Asahina Takako?
Yes. Asahina Takako. And he was talked with her about helping out with the issues of the kami that everyone has been lately been having. And they believe they discussed a bit about that and tackling that issue. Accidentally starting a rumor with Miss Hatsuhina and his relationship with Moto Chagatai, which he promptly tried to stomp out that before it became an ongoing rumor. Whether he was successful or not has yet to be seen. But in doing so, he also, during the Winter Court, he found himself having a rival towards himself and Miss Doji Hatsuhina, since he also has feelings for her. They passed on back and forth banter via the battle of letters, in which it came to head at the
poetry competition.
The poem competition, which he challenged him straight up. He tried to save face and say, "I'm not here to fight you. I'm just here to support." Till, he got to the point where he's like, he had to try and show him up. He already knew that he was not going to win, since he has very little to no experience in writing poems, but he did it for a learning experience. So, yeah.
Right. You weren't bullied into it at all.
No, not at all.
It was a learning experience. It was all my decision.
Yeah, because he was going to sit down, and then he's like, you know what?
So who's next? Pick the next person who goes.
So, all right. Tarek.
Yeah, when you're done, you get to pick the next person.
All right. I was in the middle of something, but I'll go.
You're in the middle of playing this game, boy.
From Kage's perspective, after receiving information from Ryuko, he was completely disinterested in what the Crane had to offer, was more interested in finding ways in which he can spite the Crane throughout the Winter Court, and make his own entertainment. He is kind of interested in finding out more about who set up this whole thing with the Mantis, but more for his own aims rather than for any aims that the Crane might have. In doing so, he associated with or rekindled his association with he's not Yoritomo, so he's just Hitoshi, a Mantis clan samurai who we all knew from way back in the Gap. We met when we were in the Topaz Championship, and Kage has always been kind of he respects Hitoshi's swagger and demeanor, and because of that, he wants to encourage whatever plans the Mantis might have here at Winter Court. We went on an excursion into the Undercity, had a great night out of partying and drinking, and has had his own little court fancies throughout the Winter Court, where he continued in the games of letters with individuals. He has tried to work the rumor mill a little bit, and is having a bit of a dalliance with a really fun-loving Ikoma lady who seems to be similar to Kage himself. And so that's a fun distraction to have while at court. He did recently participate in the poetry competition, mostly to try to elevate someone else who was participating in the competition, but incidentally happened to overperform expectations and may have actually kind of blown everyone out of the water, except for Megami, who is another Mantis member of the Mantis delegation, who he did not expect to be this good at poetry. So more intrigue to be found here, and maybe more information on what the Mantis's aims are here at Winter Court. That being said, he may be invited to the Emperor's personal after party, and because of that, he is looking forward to trying to gather as much extra information about what is really going on behind the scenes here at Winter Court. Also, fuck the Crane and spread as many rumors about the Crane misdeeds around the Empire. And that's me. So I'll go ahead and pass off to Hida Nozomi.
Okay. Hida Nozomi has mixed feelings about being here. It's an honor. It's good to see her friends again. But on the other hand, it's court. She's been given a couple tasks, just like everyone else. One, dealing with some flooding in the crab area adjacent to Crane Lands, caused by unhappy Kami. She has been working on that with Asahina Takako, and that is how she ended up setting up for the poetry competition. As a favor, so that she could get a favor in return of some Shugenja training. Not for herself, but for other crab Shugenja. She is interested in what's going on with this Mantis situation, but not necessarily super into doing it because of who's asking. Let's see. Oh, she did have a lot of fun going into town with the group and having that little party. She is the one, though, who messed up on that game.
We'll forgive her.
I mean, the other team screwed up first, though, so...
Is really the most...
Yeah. And then had a nice arm wrestle with Moto Chagatai, which she narrowly lost. Narrowly. She almost had him. Anyway, further on, after the poetry competition, she is allowed to go to the after party, not the Emperor's after party, but the regular one.
Actually, I've read further, and there's more words on the parchment. So I'll update everybody.
There is more on the parchment.
So I will update everybody.
Something like that.
Parchment had two sides. I'm sorry.
Apparently, it was repealed the next year. I love that Simpsons episode.
Okay. So during the competition, she was talking to her bestest buddy, Shusui, and she said to Nozomi, "Hey, check out that Mantis poet." the mantis poet. You might want to check for a tail. So, Nozomi spent her time trying to figure out this mysterious lady. She didn't get a whole lot, really. But she might want to try to figure out more. Alright, last up, Matt.
Sorry, trying to unmute myself at this point. So, thank you very much for the passing over to let me do the last part.
Well,
Right, so,
we know you get flustered, man. We put you last so you can prepare yourself.
and plus I have a comfort cat to help me with this.
Yeah.
Alright, so with Tagashi Tatsuo, he is basically really in over his head, but is kind of striking out to be a little lucky this this time around in his obligations and involvements. So Tatsuo is basically kind of running around between like clans, trying to find ways to help his clan financially get through the winter, and in the meantime also hanging out with his friends, his buddies, and also reconnecting with Hitoshi, which he thought, oh, you know what, maybe he could see if he can strike a deal with the Mantis clan, since they're kind of up and coming. He really has no interest in seeing like what's really behind the Crane trying to investigate, why they have like a major guest house built apart from the minor clans. But let's see. So he basically negotiated getting some silks from the Mantis clan, while and I know I should write notes down for this, but I have bullet points in my head. They're just not coming out as smoothly as I'd like them to. So he basically struck a deal with the Mantis to get silks in the equivalent of koku, and he's trying to find interested buyers, which luckily during the poetry competition he found out that the Crane would be interested in purchasing the silks that he has for 50,000 koku, while the Scorpion themselves would be interested in buying the silks for 60,000 koku. And even though he's dealing with finances, he's stars that everything is working out somewhat okay at this point in time.
That's not exactly true. You found out that their bargaining power is up to that much coke.
Ah, okay.
So that's their bargaining power, not what they're willing to pay you for it. You still have to go to the negotiating table.
Okay, that does make sense. So let me go ahead and write that down.
By the way, my that phrase, "there are more words on the parchment," I don't use that in political and religious discussions. I have. They get very angry when you point out that they are taking things out of context.
Well, wait, there's more.
Usually because the person in question didn't bother to check the full text.
Exactly, and now they're
mad at their self, which makes them mad at you.
But it's so much fun to antagonize people. I shouldn't do it. It's bad. It's bad form. It really is. So let us begin the game, and I will read the after party here. This is what the game wants, by the way. At the end of the competition, a light picnic is laid out for everyone in attendance. If the PCs distinguish themselves by assisting Takako, so that's 2 of you, or placing in the top 3 in the competition, are
Tarek,
invited
wherever he
to the
is.
pavilion set apart for important high-ranking guests. If the party is split, okay, so you may also bring guests.
Wait, each of us can bring a guest?
Yes.
Ooh.
You can all
That means
bring guests if you want.
That means that I don't have to use my guest slot on Tatsuo.
Yeah. Like, I won't be hurt if you don't invite me. I know how
I can-
destructive I tend to be. On
Oh, no,
accident.
I'm saying that Inoue or Nozomi could technically use their invite if they so chose to have
Yeah.
you, and then I can sell my extra invite to the highest bidder.
Sell it.
I'm just like, no, I would of course try to invite Ikoma Rumiko. I promised her
I
at the beginning
kinda
of the tournament that I
figured.
would give her that if I won, or that whichever one of us won, would be able to take the other.
Okay. She'll definitely come along with you. She'll jump at the chance.
Let's see.
And she'll apologize to Miyamoto Hinata, and say
Sorry,
that,
scrub.
you know, there's something I gotta do, because this is the big party. Gotta go.
Well, I expect Inoue is going to want to bring Hatsuhina.
You read me well.
I'll bring Tatsuo because I can't leave him out.
No,
Tatsuhina
you don't
might
have to worry
actually
about
have
me.
her
You can
own
invite
invitation.
whomever you wish.
Well, Tatsuo, if you want to come, let's go.
All right, since you are insistent, I will go.
I mean, if you have something you'd rather do.
I have no further plans as far as I can tell. I am kind of curious to see the pavilion for myself.
So, here's the thing, Josh. You go to invite Doji Hatsuhina,
Yes.
and she says that it is an honor to be invited to such a great party, but she has to refuse because she had other things planned for this evening.
Oh, that's such a shame. But I understand completely. Maybe next time.
She hopes you do understand. Lose an amount of glory equal to your glory rank.
Ouch.
Okay, my glory is 71, so.
So
You said
lose
my
7.
glory?
So you're losing 7.
Point.
Fair.
I was gonna say, is this one of those things where he'd have to like continuously offer till the 3? Is this considered a gift?
Could try that.
Either that or
You could
it's because he participated and lost.
you could
Probably.
you could try you could try a
Like
sentiment
courtesy?
check to check her emotions.
You want me to do a what is it?
Sentiment check.
A
A
s-
sentiment check.
You could do a sentiment check.
If you
I
so
could.
desire.
I'll give it a shot.
You
Why
can.
not?
What
Yeah.
is going to be your approach?
My approach for sentiment is
Analyze, theorize.
Analyze would work. Theorize might work. Sense might work.
I will try. I'll try. Where was it? There it is.
Air, fire,
yeah, I'll
void.
try air.
All
I'll
right,
give it a
you will
shot,
try
yeah.
and analyze specific things for details.
Alrighty. Boop.
One explosive success.
I will re-roll that explosive.
Are you also going to keep the other 2 opportunities? They might help with this roll.
Yes, because
There's no
they're
reason
on-
not to.
Let me grab her character sheet here. Doji Hatsune.
That's an exploder skill. Okay. Alright, okay. Exploding.
That's a total
Okay.
of 2.
2. Yeah.
2 successes
And 2 opportunities.
Yes.
and 2 opportunity. So that's a failure. Her
Okay.
her on is unbreakable.
Okay.
That is basically the mask you wear to be proper to cover your true state of emotions.
Hmm.
So you are not good enough at courtierness to break her on.
Makes sense.
But you can use your 2 opportunity to notice an interesting detail about a character in the scene.
Okay. Other than her?
Yeah, other than her. Yeah,
Other than her.
other
Okay.
than her.
Do I see what's his name? I know I wrote down the note. Really?
So most people are still here. A lot of the artists or a lot of the poets are putting away their utensils, cleaning up. The others that were in the audience are getting ready for their small picnic gathering.
For some reason, the notes that I had went missing, but my rival essentially. I wanted to see what his
Yes,
reaction.
Atomo Ryosei.
Yeah,
Or Yusai.
Ryosai.
Koryusai.
just to see if he intended that.
Koryusai, yes. Koryusai, doesn't seem to pay you any mind anymore.
Okay.
He is packing up his things, and you feel no malice from him whatsoever at this point.
That's strange. He was at my throat a second ago, but he's not exactly trying to antagonize or gloat.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
he did win over
Well,
you
he
the last competition. He's like, okay.
he beat
this-
him.
You could go talk to him if you like.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
You walk over to Tomo Koryusai. He gives you a slight bow and he says,
I bow to
Shiba-san,
him.
it was an amazing battle to fight you in the arena of poetry.
Indeed. And I've learned quite a lot from the experience.
I would assume so. Now you can see what I've been trying to teach you and show you the entire time. I
Oh
hope.
no! Please understand that what I've learned was actually from Miss Hatsuhina about the whole situation. You've taught me something a little bit different, and I respect you for the challenge, and I thank you for it. I'm glad to see that she was able to go to higher ranks with the competition. Sad to hear that she did not.
She is an excellent poet,
Indeed, she
and she deserves someone as excellent.
indeed. Looks like we both have things to work on.
Sadly,
That sounded like a backhanded compliment.
It didn't sound like a compliment at all.
No.
It's just a statement of fact. Like, us two, we were the crap.
He says, sadly, the thing about me can't be fixed. And he kind of gives a sad sigh as he puts the rest of his stuff in his bag and he begins to walk away. Or he gives you a bow before he leaves. Have a nice time at the party tonight. Give my regards to Miya Satoshi.
Okay.
If you want to make a sentiment check against that.
Let us see. In fact, actually, instead of a sentiment check, I'm gonna call him back out. Hold a minute. Would you like to come with me? Would you like to join me?
Wow. Make a courtesy check. Make a courtesy reason or enlightenment.
Reason or
That
enlightenment?
is...
So you can do earth or void on this. I'll allow either one of those.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go Earth. Alrighty.
Nice.
Sure. I'll take them all.
Wow.
Or are
Well,
you?
you can keep
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, so I'll take the success and the success with opportunity.
Okay. He says, well, thank you, Shiba Inoue. I don't know what to say. I would love to accompany you to the party.
Please join me.
Perhaps I can help you, show you around, court. And, I would be, honored to repay you in that way.
I thank you, and I'll take you up on that offer.
Okay. Well then, everybody goes to the party. In the castle,
Let's all go to the party.
everybody go to the party.
I thought you said it was a picnic.
No, there's a picnic for everybody else. For you guys, you go to the exclusive party.
Oh, okay.
They get food. We get everything.
We're going where the
Can I get some
hookers and
cucumber
blackjack
tea
are.
sandwiches?
This is an imperial party. There is only hookers and blackjack.
Oh, that's a party.
That sounds like the opposite of a fancy party.
So everybody goes back up to the palace where the party happens. There are small stools. There are pillows to just lounge on. There are servants serving sake and bits of one bite kind of foods that you can just eat. Caviars and sushi and nuts and fruits, and people are just laughing with each other and talking with each other, and the emperor is there, and all of the clan champions are there, and yeah, it's pretty awesome actually.
Is it like highly formal where everyone's sitting down in like a long table?
No, apparently not.
No.
With like pillows everywhere for people to lounge on. This
But
is
the
not
emperor-
a fancy party.
But the emperor is sitting on a stool, right, with his banner behind him. But there are pillows next to him where other higher-ranking officials sit, right? So, like, Bayushi Shoju is, like, sitting on a pillow right next to him.
Oh no! Oh, Jesus. Run, everybody, run!
And he's got his big old cup, that he's drinking from, and he's chatting to Bayushi Shouju over here. He's chatting to Doji Hotaru over here. He's
Oh, by the way, is Totori Emerald Champion yet?
yes. Well, I'm gonna say yes at this point. Mind
so
you,
Totori's probably
mind
there
you,
too.
in actual canon, like there's no emperor, and the Scorpion have taken over Regency.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
I'm kind of
Totori's on the
messing with the timeline here to fit this adventure in.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm imagining Totori hasn't been assaulted yet. The Emperor isn't dead. The children aren't at war.
yes.
Okay. Good.
But Hantai Daisetsu is here too, and he's smoozing around. He's walking around the place and talking to people, and
That's the like stuck up one, right?
he is the Crown Emperor. Or the Crown Prince. I'm sorry, the Crown Prince. Hantai Daisetsu, right? I believe so.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
He's the older brother,
Before.
not the younger brother.
Yes. So, other people who are here, Lady Megami has brought Yoritomo and Susanoo no Aizen with her.
Yoritomo is here.
Yoritomo is here, though he's not on. He's
Yoritomo.
not talking to the. He's not over there on those cushions with the Emperor.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Him and
know
his
who
comma.
that is.
So the guy on the
You might want to
cover.
provide some context to our
See
viewers.
this dude?
Okay.
This guy on the cover of the book.
I
That's
love his
Yoritomo.
outfit.
Yeah. He is the daimyo of the Mantis clan.
He is super ruggedly handsome in this.
Oh yeah, he is gorgeous.
My
And his
God.
outfit is gorgeous. I expected Yoritomo to be in like pirate gear with like a hakama and like a vest.
No, he's
looking
here
more
for Winter
like
Court,
Tatsuo.
baby.
Yeah, he's got to look nice, and he
He
did.
dressed up.
Came,
So
he came
Icthillian
looking
wants to
all
know.
sorts of fresh.
Icthillian wants to know what timeline is being used, the old AEG timeline or the new Fantasy Flight timeline. Well, we're running Fantasy Flight modules here, so this is the Fantasy Flight timeline, even though because this adventure technically takes place a year before the other adventures we've played, we messed with the timeline a little bit. So it's Fantasy Flight timeline modified slightly so we can run this adventure.
Yeah, this was supposed to take place before
Or
the
Mask of the
beginner
Oni.
game, right?
Yes. Yes.
No,
Like
before,
by a
before
year?
Genpuku, Matt.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
before
Mhm.
your
100%
Genpuku.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like a year before we even graduated high school.
Exactly. And I've put
Well,
this
I remember that detail.
after.
I was just trying to clarify that this is where we moved it to after Mask of the Oni.
Oh, I thought you said before Mask of the Oni. Yeah, we are now after Mask of the Oni in the Final Fantasy Flight timeline.
And I see why they put this adventure where they did, because they didn't want to step on the heels of the Scorpion Regency.
Yeah.
But it kind of messes with us playing in
Yeah, they
the
released him
RPG.
out of order.
exactly.
Yep.
They released him out of order then.
But that's good to know. So clan champions might be in attendance here, or at least some. I'm assuming, is Hotaru here?
Yes, Doji Hotaru's here. Yes.
Ooh. Is Kachiko here?
Yes, but she's not over there on those pillows.
Is she hanging out with Hotaru?
Well, Doji Kachiko isn't a clan champion. She's not.
I know. But she does like to pal around with some crane. I'll put
Oh
it that
yeah,
way.
she's here. She's in the mix.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
In fact, there's an alternate version of this game, Winter's Court. They said if you don't want to use the crane, you can use the scorpion, and it's called the Dark Timeline or something. It's
that is even more interesting.
no, what's it
Also,
called?
we probably would already all be dead by now, except for like Nozomi and maybe Tatsuo would survive.
So if it's called, I think it's called. Where is it? Anyways,
Be like-
instead of Hotaru, Kachiko hires you guys to find out what's going on with the mantis.
Oh, instead of Ryoku?
Instead of Ryoku, yeah.
That is awesome.
It'd be like, roll to resist that poison you just drank.
Kachiko.
Ha!
is
My
scary.
fitness is
isn't
great.
Isn't she the emperor's mistress?
No.
I thought she was the emperor's.
I don't think so.
Or his advisor. I don't remember. He's involved with the emperor in some way. I remember that.
Oh yeah, she's always involved. Always.
So who is this Kichiko character? Give her. give me
Bayushi
some-
Kachiko is Shoju's wife, so she's the like wife of the clan champion, but she's also one of the most influential political players in all of Rokugan. She is also possibly, arguably, one of the most attractive women in all of Rokugan.
I was gonna say she's supposed to be like the most beautiful woman ever.
She is known to be a skilled seductress and a grand manipulator, but is Shoju's like under the protection of Shoju. Bayushi Shoju, who is the clan champion of the Scorpion, is not only married to her, but they have a very close, very strong working alliance with each other. And she is all sort. I think can we get a picture of Chico? Let me find a picture.
I don't want to. I want to get on with the game.
Okay.
He's like,
Google-
I don't want to find her, because
Distraction.
then I'll just drool the whole time.
Just Google Bayushi Kachiko. You will find plenty of pictures of her.
Here, I'm putting it in the Zoom chat, so if anybody wants to look at it, they can on their own time.
Right.
Wow, that was like the first thing that came up on Google search.
Yeah, she is unbelievably like
Whoa.
Jesus. Yeah. So that's Kachiko. Just keep that in
Okay.
mind. That's who you're looking at when you see Bayushi Kachiko.
Oh boy.
Mind you, we're gonna move on from there. I'm gonna continue describing this party.
Sure. Sorry.
Mia Satoshi is here, and I believe I got a picture of him, which I can show everybody here.
Damn. Okay, sorry.
Mia Satoshi.
You and Josh was like, oh.
Show to players. Show to everyone.
Yeah, Satoshi looks like a badass.
He's cool.
Let me show it to the people out there in
Internet lands.
Internet land. There he is, Mia Satoshi.
He looks like a badass fighter in the picture, but he's really like just a very strong courtier.
He is a very strong courtier, but those fans he has are magic fans.
Yeah. But he does look like he's action posing when he's probably just like issuing a command to somebody.
Make it so!
Exactly.
He's
Like,
like,
striking poses is what we're
get
saying.
that man out of here, and like speed lines, fires behind him. You know, anime style. You know how.
A Kalish explosion happens, and you see like the Rokugani version of the Power Rangers pop out. It's like, what?
So
What?
that's something like that.
Green Ranger.
Isn't that what we are, technically?
Yeah, considering all of our different clans and colors, I could see that. And also, which clan does Mia like?
Mia
fall
is
under?
Imperial family, not clan. They are a member of the Imperial family. Mia, Otomo, Seppin, and Hantai are the Imperial family members.
Ah.
There's also kind of the Yotsu, but they're not really.
So, everybody is at the party. And what do y'all doing? Where do y'all going? Who do you want to talk to?
Well, I'm sticking with my group because, like, you know, with all these courtiers, I'm just like, I better keep my mouth shut.
Try to stay as inconspicuous as you trip over a table and like knock.
You're like,
Tumble over it,
All I
and
gotta
your
do-
face ends up in some woman's boobs.
actually, I was thinking, all I gotta do is not is not draw attention to myself, tumble over the table. There's an octopus stuck to your face. Like,
and like everyone's just staring, and I'm trying to take the octopus off, and you could just hear the suction, like.
you're like pulling it, and it's got that rubber bandy kind of thing. You spend the rest of the party with little O's on your face where the suckers are.
Oh, I was thinking he just gave up on getting the octopus off, and he now just has an octopus on his face the rest of the time.
Just there, like the brain slug from Futurama.
Exactly. Like, this is fine. It's fine. Nobody mention it.
Poor little guy starved.
He's not
Yoritomo
brainless.
is
He's
on
just
all the Rose
socially
Old
inept.
Spice commercials. I love that. Thanks, Icthillian.
So Icthillian would like to chime in on the Kachiko thing. He would love to see the paranoia of a Scorpion game, maybe one day. I don't know.
You can already start seeing the pieces of it in Kage's reaction to almost all Scorpion.
And he describes Kachiko as Helen of Troy making an appearance on 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah.
Oh, 90 Day Fiancé. That's a show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about... Oh, it's about trying to get somebody to marry you in 90 days for a green card.
Yeah.
What?
Seriously, like that. I don't know much about the
I heard
show,
about this.
but it is fitting to say that she's total bait. And I don't say that as like jail bait. I mean, like, the Scorpion used her as bait knowingly that everybody's gonna like fall in love with her, and then they can either use the information they can gather from that or accuse somebody of trying to cause treachery within the Scorpion and then like murder somebody for it. You know what I mean?
Like, won't you do this for me?
Oh God.
Exactly. She is way too strong.
So,
OP.
You got an 8 in every ring.
I got what Togashi Tatsuo is doing. What about the others? Are y'all all sticking together? You're gonna split up?
I'm gonna try to just like have a really good time with Ikoma Rumiko. Make it like a meaningful event for her, and also at the same time try to spread rumors or gather information as best I can. So try to work the room a bit.
Okay, you want to spread rumors, huh?
Yeah, or gather rumors, you know. Both are equally good options.
I could see a scenario where like Kage is trying to spread rumors about Chagatai and Inoue is like
spreading the rumor to Inoue without realizing it. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
Oh, hey there,
Of
Phoenix
course, I'm
San.
just joking.
Of course.
I heard that one of your people is into unicorns.
Exactly. Oh, Inoue. We're not
Josh?
talking about you, by the way. Just one of your clanmates.
What is Shiba Inoue up to?
What am I up to? I'm keeping an ear out because after everything that's happened, after my fumble, I do still had that on the back of my my mind. So I will keep an ear out for such rumors. But I'm also being guided by Otomo Kuriosai
Yep,
since he offered.
he is there.
Yeah.
And what is the crab doing here?
I think I would like to go congratulate Megami on her high placement in the poetry contest.
All right. All social intrigue roles, actually.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So to spread a rumor, a character can spread a rumor across a group. Appropriate civil sources to be accepted. The GM sets the difficulty value to achieve this objective. The vigilant attribute of the character in the scene with the highest status is a good starting point. No, it's not. The Emperor is here. That sounds like the worst starting point ever. But the GM can adjust this value
Or any
Shiba Inoue.
at the end of any round in which a character accumulates momentum points equal to or do discuss it. That's how I'm going to run this. Depending on who you go talk to will depend on what the difficulty is going to be.
Okay.
That makes sense. So you're just gonna change the TN depending on who he's talking to?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm wondering, not necessarily because of the difficulty or anything like that, but now I'm wondering if I would have my time better spent actually more focused on interacting and building a relationship with Rumiko rather than splitting my time between the two, because it sounds like that would make it into only achievable for a single objective rather than being able to split it between both.
You can also gather some rumors, and that's not an intrigue roll, apparently. It's just,
Listening.
just talking to people, and you can make a courtesy roll, I believe.
I think that's probably a better use of my time because I can probably split that between listening for rumors and also like entertaining and engaging with my guests.
And I'm sure she's interested in hearing rumors.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's in a coma. If she isn't a gossip, I would be surprised and a little disappointed.
You're like, you're not a gossip? Well,
Yeah.
goodbye!
Exactly. What do we pay you for?
I get paid.
It's like, I'm forced to spread rumors for slaves' wages, which means nothing.
They give me a cot to sleep on in
Yeah,
the
okay.
pantry.
I was just gonna say, listen, we give you a cot, goddammit. Now get to work.
So
You
we're
have
going to
to
start
find
with
food in the garbage.
Togashi Tatsuo. Who are you going to attach yourself to?
Well, considering that everyone is splitting themselves off, I think I might stick with Hida Nozomi because I want to leave Kage with his lady friend right there.
Okay.
You can read them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be fun to have a trio.
So, let's go to Shiba Inoue first. Otomo Ryosai says, first, let me introduce you to my superior and the master of ceremonies for this party. This is Miya Satoshi, and he will introduce you to Miya Satoshi. Miya Satoshi, this is Shiba Inoue. He is here on behest of Asahina Takako because of his devotion to making the poetry competition a success. Well, it's a
How'd you
pleasure to
meet
meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
How are you enjoying Winter Court?
It's quite the experience. I've learned so many new things as well as experienced fantastic events here, and I enjoy every minute of it. I appreciate the. Forgive me, I'm drawing a blank real quick, out of character.
No worries.
I appreciate the humble gestures of the imperial family as well as the crane.
Well, I'm sure the Phoenix's invitation to this event came to you with plenty of time for you to prepare for this event.
Indeed.
I hear that you are the aide to the Master of Fire.
Indeed, I am.
That is quite an honor. Unfortunately, the Elemental Masters are not here at this party, but your clan champion, Shiba... What's her name?
Tsukini?
Shiba, what's her
not
name?
Tsukini.
It's Shiba, what's her name?
Tsukune.
Tsukune, yes. Shiba Tsukune is here.
Ah,
But I assume you get as much as you want from her back at your back at the Phoenix guest house.
I haven't formally met her. I'll be sure to introduce myself to her since we don't really cross paths that often. I'm mostly dealing with my master as well as some of my clan's dealings.
Excuse me, could you freshen up Shiba-san's drink here? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, tell me, what things have you enjoyed about Winter Court the most? Is this your first Winter Court?
Indeed, it is. I am very much enjoying the coming together of the clans here, and it's very refreshing to me. Like being able to meet so many new people, and the such as in the poetry competition, the archery demonstration, and even the out of character. Who's the Winter Festival? What was it? The
The Lantern Festival.
yes, that one.
Let me give you a little behind the curtain look here at Winter Court. It may seem like this is a great coming together of clans, but if you look closer, you'll notice this is the place where clans tend to set themselves apart. This is where people can show off who they are and get noticed above the others. And to do that can give you great noticeability within the empire, especially with the right people. And he looks over towards the emperor. To make a mistake, to show that you are not, that you might not be worthy of being here, is a great. That might be the equivalent of death. So be very careful.
It's social death.
That might be the last mistake you make.
Duly noted.
But, dire warnings aside, I'm your humble host here. Is there anything I can do for you?
Right now I'm actually out of character. I'm honestly drawing a blank on what I should be doing.
He is Miya Satoshi. Do you have notes on
know
Miya
that-
Satoshi?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any notes on Miya Satoshi? You should.
Out of all my notes, Miya Satoshi.
Basically,
He's on a list of people you need to talk to about something.
Yes, I'm going back to my
just that one thing.
Just that one thing.
that one thing that I'm having an issue with is money based. Because I took care of the scroll. Because those are the two things I took care of was the scroll.
I'm a crab.
And the elemental
And you're a
imbalances
lion.
with Forgive me, everyone.
I'll give you a hint. It's the same thing you were supposed to talk to Otomo Koryosai about.
And several other people.
And several other people.
About the mantis?
Ooh, yes. The Mantis invitation.
Yes. Okay. Best question is actually how to go about it.
Well,
You could just...
he asked you if there's anything he can do to help you. Since you're his guest. That was the last question he asked.
Yes.
And he specifically asked you if your invitation got to you with plenty of time to prepare for this.
Okay. I'm presuming that those are my clues. Is having plenty of time.
I've been trying to drop them. Yes.
I'm a dense person.
I've been
That's
Out
why
of
I messed up with
character.
Hatsahina. Anyway. Okay. But I think I finally got that. So okay. So he asked me
if there's what he can do for you, because he is your host, and
Yes.
you're his guest, so he is at your service. Is there anything I can do for you?
God, these fruit flies.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to think about how best to put this because, after that forewarning, it made my character kind of just like, okay, you're warning me before we actually get to the pleasantry, so this is kind of like, okay, this thing got serious real fast. Because I was there when this is before I answer him, so I'm like, a lot of things are running through Shiba's head, and all the experiences that he went up to at that point. He was also listening in while everyone was drinking with Moto Chagatai and the rest, and overheard from some of the mantis that were talking about their invitation. He didn't get much information beyond that. So
Actually, the Mantis, when like Aizen, Sosano no Aizen was questioned at the party, he said to talk to the Imperials because they're the guys in charge of it. He said specifically.
yes. Okay. Right. So once that dawned on him, he would ask, I actually would like to actually ask. I see with the inclusion into the poetry competition was a fantastic. How would you say that? Poetry person?
Poet, yeah. There was a
Poet.
fantastic poet.
The fantastic.
An amazing orator.
He's not that verbose, but yes. A fantastic mantis poet.
Vivacious vocalist.
However you would put it. And was wondering about the invitation to the Mantis clan, specifically as a
Well, you're asking the right person. I am the master of ceremonies here.
yeah.
And as such, I give out the invitations to everybody. As pursuant to the Emperor's wishes. And, of course, without question, the Mantis were invited. I made sure that my assistant here, Otomo Kuriosai, validated their invitation.
Okay.
Would you like to make any sort of sincerity checks or anything?
Sincerity checks.
You can make
Yeah,
a sincerity check to try and scrutinize him, or you can try and scrutinize Otomo Ryosai. Whichever
Remember-
one you wish. Where are you going? Tell me what you're doing.
Well, since I'm engaging with Miya Satoshi, I would like to try for. I don't know if I can do both.
No. Stuff is
Okay, so
happening
then
like...
yes. Yeah.
And assume that Miya Satoshi would be the more difficult one to scrutinize because he is the prince, right?
No. Miya Satoshi
No?
is not the prince.
Oh,
he's the major
No.
domo, right?
That's Hantai Daisetsu who's the prince. Miya Satoshi is the master of ceremonies.
Yes, major domo. So
Major
yes.
domo, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll scrutinize him. Probably an exacerbated amount of difficulty.
Okay, you know what approach you're using?
This is on what? This is a social.
It's a sentiment, which is a scholar group skill.
It's a scholar group skill. Okay. Yeesh. Okay.
Sentiment is like judging someone else's composure or their intentions,
Their
whether they're
psychology.
lying or not.
I think I'll go about that, but I'm going to see if I can. Well, how would you survey a person?
Oh, that's
Just like
looking at
stalk
the
them.
surroundings. That would be like if he's positioned you at a certain place for something, or that survey is about your surroundings, not necessarily about that
okay.
person.
Okay.
So-
What's the general situation?
A survey, a sentiment survey, can make it see that who's watching him at this time, or who
Or,
he
or
may
like
be watching.
read the room.
Yes,
Right.
it's a read of the room.
Okay. As opposed to theorizing is not smart.
Probably be like an analyzer of
you?
sense.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Analyzer
Or
sense.
maybe a recall if there's something that you are forgetting.
I think I'll do a. So it's a scholar skill, sentiment. Yeah, I think I'll go with. It was hard on Hatsuhina, but I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna do an error check.
Okay. Are you spending any void?
Yes, dear Lord, yes.
Okay.
So that's an extra ring.
It's an extra ring dice, yes.
So sentiment ring, and then a roll.
That's all right.
All right. Out of 4, explodey.
So you can keep all of
Nice.
those and take that strife. Take that strife.
Yeah. I
if
think
you
I'll do
want to
so.
keep it.
Yeah.
It is true, you don't have to keep all of those dice.
You can keep up to 4.
Yes.
Yes, but I also want to have the opportunity just in case if
Right.
things go south. That's one thing I learned.
Also, since this is a new scene compared to where we were last time, I assume our strife and fatigue has gone to half.
Yeah, your stress and fatigue are down to half if they're over half.
Half your max.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I was already under half, so
Yeah. I've got like
I was at
barely
6.
any of either.
Oh, by the way, is Ryuko or Ryoku here?
Yes.
So she might be
Of
kind of stressed.
course.
So my strife was at 6, so that would just cut back to 5.
Yep.
If your max is 10,
If,
yes.
Yeah, if your max is 10. If your composure is 10, what's your composure?
My composure's 10.
So, yeah, it would be cut back to 5, but then now you're
5.
gaining new strife.
Yeah.
So about 7 then, okay.
Assuming you're keeping all 4 of those, yeah.
Explode your dice, sir.
Yes, sir.
One of each.
Explodies. Okay, let me go back to the thing. Yes.
Gain more strife.
One more.
Explode
Stressed
again.
out. Alright. And then one more.
I think that is how it works.
Yep. If I don't tell you the TN.
I like that.
Alright, time to pop the last one. Hey!
Very nice.
2 opportunity on, or
5 successes. And 2
You
opportunity.
have truth burns through lies.
Let me see. I just
Oh wait, no,
advanced.
this was
That
a
has
fire
to be
check, never mind.
fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
oh,
like, I have that.
Yeah, same here. It's nice.
I have to see.
I haven't gotten to use it yet. It came with my Crab Clan Magistrate line.
Nice. I got mine when I became an Emerald Magistrate, and I did use it while we were in the Castle of the Emerald. Trade up with Kage.
well, you can always use those 2 opportunity to notice an interesting detail about another character in the scene.
Yes, I'll use that with Otomo.
With Otomo Koryusai,
Yep.
Satoshi. It says that if you scrutinize him, you can tell he seems to be holding something back. You look over at Otomo Ryosai, and you notice that he seems also nervous. So whatever it is, they're both in on it.
So, what is it that you're asking?
For ya, he's
Yeah, that's strange.
basically a validation of an invitation is somebody RSVP'd.
So he was just double checking to make. Yeah. So we got the people who sent it out, and we got the people who just said, yeah, they said okay, but they didn't answer my question.
Like, he said he was in charge of it, but he didn't say he did it.
He just said, "There, you got to be careful here because you don't want to accuse Miya Satoshi of like lying or covering the truth or any of that sort of thing."
Or failing in his duty.
Of course not.
But you could be like, well, did you delegate that to someone else?
You could. There are other things you can do to cajole the truth out of him. I'm not going to tell you what those things are, but it's
Skull
definitely
buzzard.
not confronting him.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
So there are definite ways to cajole the truth out of him.
Yes.
Confronting him is not one of those ways. So I can't tell you how to do that. You're going to have to be creative on your own if you want to attempt that. But I think I've given you a lot of information right now.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll continue from there, and he has now given you all of that information. You have successfully broken his on and found part of the truth. Go.
Okay. Okay. With all that information that I got from both of them.
Yep, both.
Yes. Okay, so he sent them out and he verified that. Okay, I'm trying to see the best way to approach this, so please forgive me. He told me this. I took in the information. So he sent them out. He was, upon the request of the emperor, he sent them out.
So
And
here's a couple
Otomo-
suggestions you can do. You can ignore it move to something else that will hopefully move into, like, before we go anywhere, do you have a plan of attack at all? Do you have, like, are you going to go for the truth? Or are you going to now kind of retreat and give this information to your fellow PCs? What is your plan?
Well, my character came in with an initial thought. Tried to do an act of kindness for Tomo Kuriosai, because they essentially both lost. He took him up on his invitation, because shared wounds kind of thing. He actually did not expect to be introduced to the Major Domo, even though he was already told about the after party, but that wasn't on his mind immediately. So he kind of got taken aback to just be presented. So he, after milling through his thoughts of putting the puzzles together in order to remember, oh yeah, Mantis Clan, Crane, ask question. He's kind of doing things on the fly. So after getting those responses, because this is, I don't know if he can actually just walk up and talk to him again, because this feels like this is a set situation. So
you can
he also
party
doesn't-
with the Major Domo for the rest for the time being if you want. You can
you
be
could
like,
probably spruce
that's
it
a
up
really
with him."
interesting job. Tell me more. Get some more sake over here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick out these little these little hors d'oeuvres? These are wonderful. How did you find the chef?
okay.
And you can hang out with him and kind of think of how you want to come back to this situation in the future. How does that sound?
That sounds good. Yeah. I'll hang out a bit with the Major Domo and Otomo.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Just so you know, when we come back to you, we'll make a little charm check to see how your schmoozing has gone.
Schmoosh.
Schmoozing.
Oh, sorry. That was really loud. I just barely brushed that.
Yeah, I've kind of cranked you a little because you've been kind of low. Because you need to put that microphone up closer to you.
Yeah, that just makes me more likely to whack it.
Here, let me turn that down now. Talk?
Blah, 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 blah. We have a fruit fly problem. I've been swatting them away. I've managed to smush a couple.
It's still
Please
it's still
pass
kind of
the
loud. I
great-
don't know why. Talk again?
I'm practically eating this mic now.
Oh, you're coming in now, nice and hot.
It's like
Nice.
3 inches from my mouth.
That's glorious.
That's usually how it's supposed to be done. Like,
Oh,
mine's
maybe
like
if I do
60.
this, that'll change it. Okay, talk.
What switches did you flip just now?
Apparently you were on mute.
Oh, well, yeah, that would be a problem, wouldn't it?
For the longest time, you've been hearing her distantly through my microphone. Why didn't anybody out there tell me in
You did a fucking
Streamland?
sound check.
I'm a moron. I'm the most incompetent man on YouTube. That's just how it is. That's just how it goes.
Not the most.
That's just Crab
I've seen
Elegance.
some
She's
really
role-playing.
bad stuff.
there you go. I like that.
That's what Icthillian said. Shit.
Okay, let's head over to Megami. And, yeah, Crystal and,
Tatsuo's
Matt.
coming with me?
yes, Tatsuo.
That's hot.
And as you approach, her, Aizen walks up and intercedes your path and says, Hida-san! Welcome to the party.
Izan-san. Thank you. It's good to see you here.
I've never been to one of these fancy parties. Usually my parties kind of rock back and forth. And it's not because they're on a boat.
Oh. Well, this one could certainly begin to rock back and forth just as much.
Yeah,
Ew.
well, I like to get a head start on things, but it's not the case this time. Is there shoju in here? God, what do they have to drink in here? It all smells like perfume.
I haven't gotten a chance to peruse all of the selection just yet.
Well, let's get some drinks. Hey, have I introduced you to Yoritomo-sama? This is the head of our clan. This is our champion, Yoritomo. He bows.
A pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. I heard
I'll
you
also bow.
you and several of my clan have hit off quite the friendship.
Yes.
We're always glad to have new friends here in the Mantis clan. Most people, they don't see the Mantis as worth much as samurai, which is a shame. We're here to change that perception.
Well, I prefer to judge people on their individual merits.
Well, I'm sure Lady Megami then has definitely impressed tonight.
Yes, I was actually on my way to congratulate her.
She says, "Why, thank you. It's not all. I can't take all the credit. Togashi Tatsuo here helped me by providing me a fabulous tutor.
Well, you're very much welcome.
Well, I guess I have you, Tatsuo, to thank for her excellent performance, in part.
All right, let me put a pause. I'm trying to remember who was it I said. Oh, Tomoyo.
Speak into your microphone, Matt.
I thought I was. Okay, so back in character. Well, most of the credit I would definitely say goes to Tomoyo Kitsuki. She's the one who gave her tutelage.
Aizen says, "Yeah, Tomoyo Kitsuki. She looks like a pretty good fighter, that one. She's the head of your embassy here?
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't want to cross her.
I mean, I have spoken with her before. She's very pleasant. But then again, I'm not much for social situations, personally.
Well, we're hoping to talk to some more people in here. We'd like to make sure that Lady Megami here is well presented to all of the most important dignitaries. Mm-hmm. Do you wouldn't happen to know anybody that could let us talk to Hantai Daisetsu more, would you?
Personally,
The Emperor himself.
No, that's not the Emperor. That's the Emperor.
Oh, no,
that's
no, the Crown Prince.
The Crown Prince.
Out of character, I don't really know if we know who that would be.
In character, I'm thinking Kikita Ryoku.
Kikita Ryoku, definitely.
Okay. Anyone else? It's a shot in the dark.
Maybe Kakita Ryoku? And I'm sure she would be happy to talk to the Mantis.
Aizen says, "Great! Kikita Ryoku. Isn't she, one of the best poets and writers here in Rokugan?"
She is quite good.
Yeah, she's got that raunchy pillow book. Yoritomo kind of elbows the captain.
Hell yeah!
Right? No, she's a respected writer, of course. I like her. I like her stuff.
So do I.
So what are we waiting for? Let's go talk to Kikita Ryoku. As a servant passes by with some sake cups, and he takes the bottle out of its hand and drinks
Some
from
sake that doesn't smell like flowers.
It all smells like it's all freaking cherry blossoms.
Sure, let's all head over then.
All right. You
All right,
head
I'll
on over to see
do it.
Kikita Ryoku, and she has enraptured several people by reading from a book, and she sees you approach, and she comes to the end of her reading, and everybody applauds. And there's this guy with a red nose, like, whispering something into her ear, and she giggles and kind of walks over to you guys. Hida Nozomi, it is refreshing to see you here at this party. I do not wish to disparage you at all, but I am surprised to see you here. You and Togashi Tatsuo both.
Well, we may not be skilled in poetry, but we do appreciate it. And I must say I do enjoy your work. And
Why, thank you.
so do my friends here.
Your friend, Shiba Inoue, is a very skilled dancer.
Yes, he is.
Wow. Just scooting right over the fact that
Yeah.
Ikomakage exists.
You weren't there dancing. He and I were, and I screwed up. So that's more like, your friend's a good dancer. I'm not
personally
even
wondering-
gonna mention you.
Yeah, that's
Good
what I
point.
picked up on it.
So, you have brought some colorful friends over.
They're all green and such.
Yeah, now I think about it.
Aizen says, I'm Susanoo no Aizen, captain of the Susanoo. It's a pleasure to meet you, Lady Ryoku. This is my clan champion, Yoritomo. And this is the lovely Lady Megami, winner of the poetry competition. It is a pleasure to meet you all, and a fellow writer. Well, I better keep on my toes. I wouldn't want the new generation to surpass me.
Kind of wish Kage would be in the background going, co-winner!
Yeah, he would. Or at the very least, he'd be like,
Exactly.
I see that you are all enjoying the party.
Like,
yes.
I was curious about it.
What were you curious about?
Just to see what it's like to be around the.
In the
Imperial
mic.
palaces. What? Hold on. What'd you say, Crystal?
In the mic.
Sorry. I just wanted to see what it was like to be in the Imperial Court party. Just taking a gander, if anything.
Well, there's not many monks that come up here. I know a lot of them that would see these parties as too garish, too against some of their vows of asceticism. As you can tell, there's much finery around here. Vases filled with exotic flowers, silk pillows, the finest of food.
Personally, I don't think it hurts to look and enjoy it.
So long as you remember that you can't have all the nice things all the time.
Just because I have no ownership of it doesn't mean I can't appreciate what is there.
Well, Togashi-san, I'll make you a deal. Whatever indulgences you do tonight, I'll be sure to forget by tomorrow.
By accident.
Well, I definitely appreciate it.
So enjoy yourself, please.
I thank you.
In that case, Tatsuo does a keg stand.
Aizen kind of and bumps and bumps Nozomi.
Oh. My mantis friends here. I thought that you might be interested in talking to them. Or perhaps simply introducing them to someone.
Oh, who would they like to meet here? I know everyone.
Well,
I just kind of stand there playing with my iron coin a little bit.
if
behind my
you
hands.
could possibly let them speak to Hantai Daisetsu. I know you know him.
Yes. I do know Hantai Daisetsu. She kind of looks at
I simply
them.
thought he might be interested in meeting them.
She looks at the situation. You know, Hantai Daisetsu, he just doesn't meet with anybody. He meets with the people that he wants to meet with.
Of course.
That said, I think he would be very interested in meeting the winners of this poetry competition.
Yes.
So, if you can bring your friend Akoma Kage, and I'll make sure that Doji Chioe knows, and we will gather them up, and I will introduce them to Hantai Daisetsu. Would that be,
Amenable.
yeah, amenable? Would that be amenable?
Well, what do you think?
Who are
I
you
think
looking
it.
at? Megami?
Megami.
You look at Megami. Megami says, that would be, she says, that would be an honor. Thank you.
Okay. I will go find Ikoma Kage.
By the way, Megumi,
Megami.
I'm sorry, Megami-san, that kimono is exquisite. I must get some mantis silks so I can have a kimono like that. Now, if you
And out of character, I assume this is prompt.
I'm sure that in character, your face did the exact same thing.
excuse me, she
Jaw
turns to a
dropped,
servant.
like,
Could you please retrieve Doji Chioe for me? Thank you. Okay, we're gonna move over to Tarek and Akoma Rumiko. Akoma Rumiko's like, look at this party. This is just amazing. You know, I didn't think I was gonna be able to come in here.
Oh,
Okay, hear
Tarek,
you,
you're
Tarek.
muted.
You're muted somehow.
I'm sorry. I said, yeah, because I was trying not to interrupt people, so I kept myself muted. So when I made comments, it was
It's only to
Just
yourself.
talking to yourself.
yeah.
The bats that live on your ceiling.
Exactly. We need to keep them entertained. Yeah, so I'll say, well, it just goes to show that lion who stick together reap the benefits.
So, this is not the first party you've been to at Winter Court, is it?
I'd say that this is the first official or formal party that I've been part of.
That's
but
what I was thinking.
it is not necessarily the only engagement that I have been a part of.
Yes,
During my
there
tenure.
has been rumors swirling about that a bunch of samurai with Moto Chagatai went down to the lower city.
Because Chagatai's totally indiscreet.
Well, the initial plan was to all reconnect with a former associate of ours named Hitoshi, member of the Mantis delegation. When I was going through my Genpuku ceremony during the Topaz Championship, we ran across each other and became fast friends. And so I had hoped to rekindle that friendship in the Undercity, where there is less pressure to be so formal.
Was this
However,
Lady
one of
Megami?
our-
Was this Lady Megami there?
Unfortunately, no. I had not even known that she was at the courts.
She's
Still poetry competition.
she's pretty interesting, wouldn't you say?
She is fairly skilled as a poet, I will say, admit to that, and
So
quite the enigma to be coming out of the Mantis clan.
why do you suppose the Mantis were hiding her?
There is obviously some purpose behind her being here in the first place. Perhaps it has something to do with the Emperor's attendance. The Mantis do seem to be a rather ambitious, a rather ambitious people, and as such, I might assume that there is some interest in perhaps social mobility.
Usefully ambitious, I would say.
Indeed.
I mean, as far as I can tell, I don't think the Crane are quite happy with them here.
I could not be more joyful to know that the Crane are in any way agitated by their presence.
So, I'm just thinking, why Megumi's here, and what that all means,
I look
and how
around.
how to make the Crane even more angry about that.
Do we have like room? Are we
No. This is just out in public. This is just wherever. You're far enough away, and she has a fan. That's pretty
Okay.
much it.
I will pull out my fan as well, and I will whisper under my breath to her and say, well, if the information that I have gathered so far is of benefit, or is accurate, I would dare to say that the Crane's intention is to catch the eye of one Ante Daisetsu. I have a feeling that Doji Chioe was competing to gather attention, perhaps as a way of courting a higher position, through marriage or merit. I am not certain, but that is what I have been led to believe. And if that is the case, perhaps the Mantis seek to do the same.
That is very interesting information. Then she kind of scans the room. Her eyes land on something. Just for a moment. And then she kind of moves on.
I kind of try to retrace her steps subtly.
Make a
after-
sentiment check. This might be sentiment analyzed. This is where water is, where you can use water.
Okay.
I am waiting with bated breath. Ooh.
Not bad.
Okay, I'll keep the three things that have things on them.
Let me go over to that.
2 explosives
Let me
And,
bring
uh,
up,
and
and an opportunity.
an
let me
opportunity
bring up Rumiko's character sheet
with
here.
strife. Ooh.
Okay, I will keep that extra explosive success.
And the success and opportunity.
Damn.
Oh my.
And that explosive success.
Oh
And
my
that
god!
explosive success.
Blow it out of the water, man.
I feel like there's only so many successes that'll give you only so much
Yeah,
information.
yeah. After a certain point, you don't.
That's
You've already
that's
got
fair.
6 successes
and that's a lot of extra strife. So I'll stop
and 2
here.
opportunity.
Actually, I'm gonna roll the explosive, but if it's not an
Let-
opportunity, I was actually hoping for another opportunity here.
would you like me to tell you your TN, or would you like the void?
I'll take the void.
Okay, then I'm not going to tell you the TN, and if you don't get her TN, then
I'm going to explode this last one.
okay. So
Just
you have to take
just see
everything
if
that you exploded.
Yeah, that's
I'm hoping to
4
I'm hoping
stripes
to
so
Get an
far.
opportunity at this point. And-
It's
okay.
blank. That's 2
So I will
opportunity.
I'm taking that first row, and then everything that came after it is explosive. So 1, 2, 3,
That's 6 successes,
5, 6 successes,
2 opportunity, 4 strife.
and I'll take 4 strife.
Okay. So, water. You are retracing what she's looking at. As she scans the room, you look at her and you kind of make your eyes do kind of the same thing. And you notice she lands on Shiba Inoue talking to Mia Satoshi. And
That
you
is-
notice that she, just for a second, she like stays on that before moving on.
That is rather strange.
What would you like? What would you like to use your opportunity on?
Would you like to get rid of the strife, or
Water.
Water. Spot a physical detail present in your environment not directly related to your check. You can spend 2 opportunity to
Yeah,
do that.
that's a 2 opportunity thing.
How about this? I could spend spot a unique or identifying quality, aspect, or ability of something that you are identifying. Would that be pertinent, or would the other one be more pertinent?
Sure, you can do that if you like. Is that in the Courts of
That's
Stone? then?
under.
It's-
No, it's the regular one.
Okay.
Other
That's
skill
other
examples of
under
opportunity
scholar.
Right,
underwater.
right.
Scholar skill.
Scholar.
Right. Okay.
That's page 329.
Yep.
Water. Spot a unique identifying quality, aspect, or ability of something you are identifying. Okay.
So, the
And then I was
people in
going to
that
spend the other
small
one on
group-
reducing my strife by 2.
Hold on. I gotta think about this one.
And does he get to
That
pick?
one's if that one's too much, I can then just spend the 2 on the first one we're talking about. An interesting detail in the scene.
You know what? I'll give you something. Something that hopefully will help you out here. Let me close my sorry. Let me close my blind here. I'm getting a bunch of light on my face.
Sure.
And I've got spots. Oh,
There we go.
Goodbye, spots.
Let me turn on my light. There we are.
Turn
oh
my
yeah,
light
that's right.
more
It's almost
toward
summertime for
me.
you guys, so you get like the midnight sun again.
We're
Or
getting there.
close to it. Man,
You-
I miss Alaska. Such a nice
so
place.
from all of your talks with Rumiko over a long time, you're getting this like sense that she doesn't have the highest regard for honor.
Okay.
So, making fun of the statues,
Yeah.
openly talking about doing terrible things to the Crane clan, that sort of stuff. She might not be an honorable person. Or it might even go beyond that.
Interesting. I will keep that tidbit to myself for now. And maybe try to wish it away back in my mind so that I can...
Summon the Wishmaster.
It's more like, you know how when you're into somebody, you kind of overlook some of their character traits,
Yeah.
character flaws?
Yep.
That's more of where Kage's going with this. Is like, she might not
That's
be
what
the
I
most
thought.
honorable person, but she gets it.
Also, she's super fun, and man, is she hot.
Exactly.
Her demeanor,
Exactly.
it says her demeanor is playful. That's what I've been playing.
That's what I'm saying. She like, yeah, exactly. That's the best part about this character. Kage will kind of rub his chin and go, well, there is a way that we can find out more about this stuff. We could listen to some of the potential conversations, especially around the Mantis and the Crane. Might be able to gather some useful information about what their aims are here, and maybe enough to throw a wrench into their plan.
Well, let's do a team up then.
I think that's a great idea. What better opportunity?
All right. It's at this point when you're formulating your plan that Hida Nozomi arrives.
And the rest of the party is heading their way.
As you see us like smile from ear to ear, like
Like Cheshire cats giggling to each other.
exactly.
It's like, oh, they came to us.
Ah, Kage-san.
Hida-san, have
We
you met
were
Ikoma
just-
Rumiko?
Yes, we have met, actually.
At the Lantern Festival.
Tatsuo?
Hey, Kage, congratulations on your victory.
Well, I am surprised as anyone else here that I was able to pull off such a heroic finish.
So, not
I
very
put them all clap
surprised.
on the back.
I give a sly smile to Nozomi before getting clapped on the shoulder. Like,
Well,
seems Tagashi-san has forgotten that I am still a bit convalescent. As I kind of stretch my formerly broken arm a bit and like,
Oh,
just like a day or two ago.
yeah, exactly.
Well, there is an arrangement for all of you winners of the poetry contest to meet the Crown Prince Hantai Daisetsu.
I look kind of surprised when you say that. Meeting Hantai Daisetsu? I was unaware that such a thing was expected of us today. Perhaps I should freshen up a bit before doing so.
Where would you... you didn't already freshen up before you
Freshen up.
came to the party?
I'm just saying, like, my character is like, whoa, that's like meeting literal royalty. I don't know if I'm of the caliber for
It
that.
it is literally meeting
it's not
literal
like.
royalty.
It's not like. It's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, do you need a mirror?
Yeah. Perhaps it is simply nerves. I was not expecting to be commingling directly with the imperial family. That being said,
The celebration is for you.
And Rumiko says, and you get to hang out with Doji Chioe and Lady Megami.
Yes, you do.
I kind of give a side glance at Rumiko, and then smile and go, "Indeed, perhaps it is well served that I at least introduce myself to Doji-san and Megami-san."
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go take care of that thing we discussed.
Ah, yes, of course.
I mean,
Yes.
I'm not gonna sit back and be a wallflower while you go have all the fun.
I would not assume you would. Please, we will meet back up once these matters have been concluded.
Yes, go enjoy yourself.
So, you all meet back up with the Mantis and Akoma Rumiko. Or not Akoma, I'm sorry. You meet back up
Kakita
with the
Ryoku.
Mantis and Kakita Ryoku. Jasui are all there.
As soon as I see Shisui, I'm like, oh, I should have seen that one coming.
I'm not surprised to see that she's here.
I
Like,
as
I
we
kinda
walk up-
figured.
As we walk up, I will say to Nozomi, I go, I did notice that after the performance of the poetry competition, the Emperor did seem to. I'm sure it's nothing. You had mentioned, Corey, that after I gave my thing, he did some kind of signal to somebody about me. That's why I'm bringing that up. Yeah. I wonder.
Well, I have gone and talked to Hantai Daisetsu, and he is very eager to meet the winners of this poetry competition. And we'll do that next time on Cyber Samurai Saturday.
Oh, yep, it's that time.
So I hope everybody has had a great time with this game. We gotta condense our little recap somehow. Some of you went on, and others got a very concise one.
Yeah.
Did I keep mine short at least?
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Some effort.
Well, part of the problem is that we went through the entire thing since we got here, which we don't necessarily need to do.
Just the points you think are pertinent to the game we're about to play. We'll do that next time.
Yeah, we do have
Guys,
a
I want to
backlog
thank
that people can go to.
I want to thank the people watching us live. I know Icthillian may still be here. Garrett Kamar is here. We had somebody else in the beginning of the chat, Bonk the Six. So thank you guys for checking all this out. Watch us live Saturday. Hit the bell, and it'll tell you when we're going live. Support us on Patreon. You got it to the end of the video. That means you obviously liked it. So go ahead and smash that like button. Or hit it gently. Touch it like you would a woman.
Depends on the woman, I guess.
Yeah, you could either
much
touch
they
it
like
gently
being
or
quick.
smash it.
If she's into the rough play, go for it.
Becky, I want to smash. All right.
Mommy, Daddy, why are you both so bruised? It's nothing. It's nothing. We just had a very rough game of tag.
We're done. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, buddy.